It's Thursday, so hence the title Thoughts for Thursday. Anyway, I just wanted to hop on and just share a couple quick thoughts just about some different things and ideas and whatnot. So, just some things that I had rolling around in my head. So, I'm going to just jump right into it so that we can get rolling. So, all right, the first thought is this. I found this quote that actually showed up on my time hop today from like 2 years ago, and the thought was this: perfection is the most paralyzing form of self-abuse. Wow, right? Perfection is the most paralyzing form of self-abuse. And as I was thinking about that, like I'm a perfectionist. I try to be a recovering perfectionist, but if I'm not careful, that perfectionism, that perfectionistic tendency within me can be paralyzing, and it is the most paralyzing form of self-abuse, as the quote says. And so it's just something that we've got to like think about when you're a perfectionist, when you operate under the assumption that you've got to be perfect, act perfect, think perfect, do perfect. It's paralyzing. It just like it traps you into feeling like you've got to perform, you've got to do it all. You kind of just become, it turns into this overthinking scenario, and you're just stuck, right? You're just trapped. And so we've got to be careful to not allow perfection to control us. And if perfection paralyzes you, as I know very rarely it does to me, because there are times where I won't even start something if I don't feel like I can do it perfectly, or I won't know what decision to make in something because I don't have the perfect solution that's all thought through, and so I won't make a decision sometimes. And so that perfectionism becomes paralyzing. And really, perfectionism is nothing more than self-abuse, guys. It's something that we do to ourselves. And honestly, perfectionism is a false sense of security, right? It's a false sense of security because it can never be attained, and it can also never be sustained. So perfectionism can't be attained. We can't ever reach it, and it can't be sustained. Even if we were able to get there, there's no way we could sustain it. Like, it's too much work to constantly try to do it. So my encouragement to you today is, if you're struggling with perfection and trying to be perfect, stop abusing yourself, give yourself grace, and just relax. Like, it's all right. It's gonna be okay. So that was my first thought. That quote, perfection is the most paralyzing form of self-abuse. My second thought is from a video testimony that I actually shared on my wall earlier this morning, from a student that went to the Asbury revival, kind of close to the beginning. And it was such a cool testimony. It was just so refreshing and so encouraging to hear it. And even though this is probably from the beginning of when the revival happened and when all that kind of took place, it was still so cool. Like, listening to this guy's passion come through, listening to what God had done in his life, and just how God was moving, and just encouraging him, and how he just had such a passionate pursuit of Jesus and had only been following Jesus for like a year and a half. Like, that was really cool. Arlo, sorry, got a dog in the pantry. Anyway, so it was just really cool. It was really encouraging. And honestly, it made me realize that, like, man, not only obviously is Jesus drawing people to himself, but man, people are giving their lives to him, right? Like, people are not only finding Jesus, but they're repenting, they're turning from their old ways. They're giving their lives to him, and they're finding life. Like, man, that's so cool. It's so cool to know that God is on the move like that he really is drawing a generation to him. But it's not just about one specific age demographic of generation. He is drawing all generations to him. And so I loved that testimony. So if you can find it, if you're on my Facebook, jump on, like, go back to my page, find that testimony that I posted earlier this morning, and just be encouraged by it, right? And so then my last thought was this. It's from Matthew chapter 16, verse 24 and 25. And the two verses say this: Jesus said to his disciples, "If any of you wants to be my follower, you must give up your own way, take up your cross, and follow me. If you try to hang on to your life, you'll lose it. But if you give up your life for my sake, you'll save it." And so the thought is simply this: we have the tendency sometimes to think that Jesus only wants us to give him the one broken area that we have. Or we think, I've got life under control, Jesus. I just need you to fix this one broken area. I just need you to fix this relationship, or I just need you to fix this addiction, or I just need you to fix this problem that I'm having, or this conflict, or I just need you to fix this hardship or this difficult. Like, we sometimes will think this is an area that's broken. I'm going to give it to Jesus because he's supposed to fix it. And then once he fixes it, I'm going to take it back and keep control of it. But guys, that's not how Jesus works. He doesn't just want the broken pieces of your life so that he can fix it, put it back together again, and then give it back to you. Jesus wants everything. He wants all of us. And I think sometimes we miss that. I think sometimes even as believers, once we've been following Jesus, we forget to give him everything, our entire heart, our entire lives, our successes and our failures, our brokenness and our strengths and our weaknesses, like all those pieces together. He wants it all. And then some of us swing on the other side where we don't even think we can come to Jesus until we fixed everything and polished ourselves up and put everything together. So they're kind of like two different sides to that. So that's the stove guy. I hope you guys enjoyed those thoughts. I hope they made sense. Jesus doesn't just want part, he wants it all. I love you guys. Have a great